welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. My name is Sammy and it is fall, y'all, at least on YouTube. So with that said, I think you know we're going to be doing fall DIYs. So let's go ahead and jump right into it.
Let's grab that Dollar Tree fabric or any fabric that you have on hand, and we're going to start right away with this picture frame from Dollar Tree. I'm going to take everything out of it, but you are going to keep everything from this frame except the paper that comes in it. We don't need that. Just toss that in the trash. We are going to grab our fabric of choice. Nope, not yet. We are going to grab Cashew by Waverly. I really like this color because it gives me like a vintage kind of vibe versus like a pure white. Then we're going to grab our glass. We're going to grab our fabric. We're going to put the glass on top of our fabric, and I am going to just cut this out. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm going to cut this out. And you want to leave an overhang on every side of your glass frame, because what we're going to do is we are going to hot glue it to that glass. So you can see I'm putting a line of hot glue and then I'm pushing it up. Now you want this fabric as tight as you can get it. And I cannot stress that enough because mine ended up bagging on me. So pull this as tight as you can as you're gluing it up. Now I'm going to take my Iron Orchid stamps. I get these from thepaintedheirloom.com. I always leave her link down in the description box. And whenever you are stamping onto fabric, you want to put a healthy coat of ink on there. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to flip it on around and I'm going to put that on top of our fabric. You guys, these stamps are the most detailed things I've ever seen. And I am just going to roll my thingy-majigger. I don't know, a brayer, I don't know. And I am going to make sure that's on. Look at that. Look at that detail, you guys. Now, these stamps come with masks. So I'm going to put the mask of the pumpkin over it. Then I'm going to take my leaf stamp. And this way, when I'm stamping the leaves onto my fabric, it's not going to overlap onto my pumpkin because I have the mask covering it. So you could see right here, a little bit gets on the mask, but not on my pumpkin. I'm going to peel that up after rubbing that down. See that? So it looks like it's going behind the pumpkin. Now I'm going to take these cursive fonts. This is also Iron Orchid. This is the first time using them and I was super intimidated by them, but they are not hard to use at all. You just need to overlap the lettering as you are stamping. So you could see right here how I'm just overlapping it a tad bit. And then it looks like it's connected. These were so easy to use. It's crazy how you see things and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to do that. That's going to take me time to learn. And then you finally go for it and you're like, oh my gosh, why did I wait so long to try this out? So here we are with the L overlapping a bit. I use that mask on that pumpkin once again, so it looks like it's going behind my pumpkin and not in front of the pumpkin. So I love these. After we're done with that, you just put it back into your frame. You could see how it's sagging just a little bit. So I had to take some fabric off and try pulling it again to make that tight. I really didn't want it sagging down. But this is how cute it came out. You guys, these stamps, you've seen me use them quite a bit, and they seriously can be used for anything. You could do this with pillowcases. You could do it with t-shirts. Possibilities are endless. So check out the website down below because they have so many, and I think they'll come out with new Christmas ones this year too.
Fall is here and I'm so excited to show you what I have up my sleeve for fall DIYs this year. I think fall and Christmas are one of like the biggest times on YouTube, and I think it's because people really enjoy the seasons. So I hope you guys are enjoying these DIYs using Dollar Tree fabrics, or any fabric for that matter. And I hope it is giving you tons of inspiration. And y'all know, if you're digging me, if you're digging the channel, if you're digging the DIYs, then make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below. Commenting really helps YouTube know that you guys are liking the video and they'll show it to more people. I also wanted to thank all of you that are hitting the thanks button right below this video with the little heart and the $sign. Thank you so much, because that really does help support me and my crafting and my family. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so very much. And you guys, let's go ahead and get back into these crafts.
Yes, that is a toilet paper roll. We're going to take this fabric. You guys have probably seen this, but I wanted to show you what you can do with fabric. And all you're doing is tucking all of those ends into the middle of that toilet paper roll. And then we're just going to grab a Dollar Tree like stick, branch, I don't know, put that in there, decide, you know what, this needs a little leaf. So we're going to grab a leaf. Not that one, that was huge. And stick that in there too. And you guys, this is so simple, but once you accessorize something like this, it can make a big statement. And what's nice is you could reuse the toilet paper afterwards, and you can make these for so like for you can make them and they're inexpensive, and you can put these all around the house. Like, look at how cute, just with added decor and stuff, that this little toilet paper roll pumpkin looks. I definitely am going to make more in different color fabrics and put them around the house. All right, so this next one, we are going to take one of these pumpkins. I'm going to take my craft paper. We're going to cover up the back because we don't want to see that anymore. Take my craft knife, cut that out so it looks nice and neat on the back. And now I'm going to take my painter's tape and I am going to start making some stripes. So when you do this, you just need one little piece like you see. I'm layering that, not layering it. I'm putting it on top of the bottom and then going up. This is going to give you nice straight lines. It's going to make sure that all of your stripes are a consistent width, and you just keep doing that as you go up. I'm going to take Cashew once again by Waverly. I'm going to do a messy coat all over this. Doesn't have to be perfect, or maybe it does if that's how you like your stuff. After this dries, we're going to peel that painter's tape right off, and look at those crisp lines. Yes, girl. Now, we're going to use our fabric here. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut a notch in it, and then you're going to rip them. Now, you saw me do this to a snowman last Thursday on our last Christmas in July. I'll link that down below. We are going to make some fabric flowers. So I'm gluing that starter piece, then I'm twisting my fabric, and I'm going around in a circle. So you can see, this is so easy, you guys. You just have to find that starting point. That's why I always glue my ends together and then glue it down. That way it's nice and stiff, and then I can start working around that circle. So you're just going to keep twisting this until you get the length you want. I decided I wanted to add a little bit of greenery, so I put that down, and then I'm going to wrap my fabric kind of over it so it looks like it was meant to be a part. Now I'm going to take another fabric color, and do the same thing. Now you can go as big as you want with these. You could even get like a thicker piece of fabric so that they look more pronounced. I didn't like how much of the greenery was sticking out, so I added a pearl. I added 2 little gemstones there just to add a little bit more. That's what's fun about crafting. Like, if it doesn't completely go your way, you could always add more. And make it look right. So I add a third one. Then I just make a raffia bow, and I'm like, oh, I want this. And then I change my mind and I don't want it. And then I end up going with my classic multi-loop finger bow. Here we go. I do have a brand new in real time bow video. I will link it down below for you. And this is how beautiful she turned out. I went back and forth about putting text on here, but I really loved the chic simplicity of how this pumpkin looked. And I did not think that like it needed more. I wanted the flowers to stand out, and that was the highlight of this one. On to our next fabric DIY. I'm taking a glass plate from Dollar Tree. This is the back of the glass plate, and I definitely stole this from our kitchen cabinet, so I'm gonna have to replace it before my husband notices that I'm stealing more things from the house to craft with. So you want to put a healthy coat of Mod Podge, but you don't want to drench the back of it. You're going to take the fabric of your choice and you're going to smooth that out. Now make sure the right side of the fabric is facing downward so that you have it peeking through your glass. Next, I cut the excess of the fabric off. You want to let that Mod Podge dry, and then I'm going to cut it. Now, I want you to notice that I'm cutting kind of at an angle. I tried to get a pretty good shot of this. That way I was getting all of that extra fabric off and I wouldn't have little pieces kind of poking out of there. And after I do that, I'm going to put another coat of Mod Podge on the back. Make sure you get those edges very well. You don't want to like oversaturate it where it's getting onto the glass plate, but you definitely, I just took my finger and like went around that plate to smooth down like any frayed edges or anything because I didn't want them, you know, obviously poking up. I grab my decal. This is just from a Cricut design. And you guys, the way this white vinyl pops on this plate is absolutely crazy. And it also gives this like 3D effect, which I love. But look at how cute this is. This was so easy to create. These would make for great gifts if you are a reseller and have a booth. These are going to be amazing because they are so fast to make. So I hope you guys like this one. Leave me a pumpkin down below in the comments if you guys are enjoying this fabric video so far. Okay, so here we got the Dollar Tree cutting board. I think Teresa B DIY sent me these a while ago. I'm going to pop these thumbnails. Oh my gosh, I don't know what they're called, but we're going to pop them out and we are going to reuse them, so save those. I'm going to grab some Hobby Lobby scrapbook paper and I'm going to press around the square that was in the middle. You could see it leaves an outline, so it's easy to cut. I'm going to take some Mod Podge. We're going to apply that down. Now, I only put the Mod Podge on the bottom. Go ahead, put it on the top if you want. I didn't think it was necessary. And then I'm going to put those push pins back in. Now, there are holes there, okay? It took me a while to find the holes, but I did find them and I put them back where they belonged. Or you could just hammer them back in or hot glue them by taking the little pick off. Now I'm taking a 4x4 piece square panel. It's from Dollar Tree. I'm going to take this image I created for my members. This will be available. I will link the Canva link for you guys to use this. And I am going to completely cut this out. I love how vintage this looks. It has like a pumpkin spice jar with like a tin full of cinnamon on it. And I'm going to grab some Mod Podge. I'm going to apply that to the back of my photo or picture. I'm going to apply that to our piece of wood. The wood I was going to use for another DIY and then never used it. So that's where this like suddenly popped up and was already painted. All right, now we go ahead and we put that on our cutting board. And now the fabric part comes up. We are going to make a fabric bow. So when making a fabric bow, you are going to, like I said, you're going to cut notches in the fabric. You're going to tear it. You want it to look, you know, tattered. You want those frayed edges. You want all of that kind of like rustic look. So pull the fabric. I think I used 8 pieces total. You could go as big and as thick with these as you want. It's up to you. Now right here, I'm going to grab the fabric. I'm going to put it around my hand, making sure to leave tails. You see the tails that are sticking out? And then right in the middle, I'm going to take another piece of fabric. I'm going to tie that off tight. No need to cut the ends off of these because it'll be a part of your bow. And then you are going to mess it up. You're going to like rub it all over the place. That sounded weird, but hot glue that to the top. And look at how adorable this is. This project did not take me any time at all. That fabric messy bow is everything. So is this image, by the way. And I love how it turned out. I have it displayed on my hutch in the back.
Surprise! I have a secret giveaway for all of you guys out there. So these are the cursive stamps that I used in the first DIY, and I would love to gift them to someone. You do have to be 18 and over, a US resident. Sorry, you guys. And the details will be down in the description box as to when I'll announce and all of that stuff. Please give me some grace as it takes me forever to ship things out. So I'm just putting it out there, okay? All you got to do is like, make sure you're subscribed, and I want you to spell fall backwards in the comment section. All right, you guys, let's get back into the video.
Now grab some more of your fabric, mini cutting board from Dollar Tree, or you could use any cutting board, any wood surface, does not matter. I'm going to take a pin and I'm going to trace this out. It actually did show up on the fabric, surprisingly. And then I'm going to cut this image out, the trace. I'm going to lay it on top of our cutting board, and I'm going to use one hand to hold the top, and then I'm going to apply the Mod Podge in sections here. So I apply some to the bottom, I'm going to flip it around, and then apply the Mod Podge to the top as well. Once that dries, we're going to do the same thing as the plate. We are going to put the Mod Podge on the top as well, so we don't have this fabric pulling up on us. This is going to be the cutest tiered tray little decor piece. And after that dries, I am going to take some wood beads, apply wood glue, and they all wanted to like roll off. And of course, the glue side is the one that wants to get on your surface, you know? So we're just going to apply 4 of these, let it sit for a little bit and let this wood glue dry up. After that, I get a finger bow, once again, apply that to the top with a little orange button. This looks so cute. And you guys, it's all the way you stage it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be so simple. It could be the simplest DIY, but once you put the accessories on top of it and kind of stage it in your tiered tray, that's when it totally comes to life. Like, this went from bland, and then I put all the little people on it. People, like pumpkins are people, but you guys get what I'm saying. All right, I know you guys have seen a bunch of book stacks on my channel so far, but these are absolutely the easiest ones to make, and they look so good. So I'm taking a book, I'm hot gluing one piece of the fabric to one of the covers. Then I'm going to flip it around, and I'm going to cut the excess of the fabric off. Now, if you have the book cover, this would be a lot easier because you could lay the book cover on top of the fabric and you can cut around that book cover to get the perfect size. I did not have my book covers, so this is what I'm doing. So now you're going to go to the other side of the book cover. You are going to pull your fabric towards you, put hot glue, and you can see I'm like pulling and I'm closing the book. That way I get the tightest fit I can. Next, I take my scissors and I'm going to cut the excess fabric off of the top. And I'm going to show you this one more time since I was talking through the first one. Cut that fabric off of the other side. And this, you guys, this is so easy. Okay, so I hot glue. I'm going to fold my fabric into my cover. I'm going to then fold it over the rest of the book, cut all the excess off, but you want to leave a little bit because you need to tuck more of that fabric into the other side of the book. So now I'm going to take my book cover, apply some more hot glue. Now I'm going to pull it and close it towards me, okay? So that way I get that tight fit of the fabric. After I'm done covering 3 of my books, I'm going to get some twine. I don't know why I cut that tail off. Do not cut that piece off, you guys. And then I wrap it around my book. I love this thin twine from the automotive section because it's not like bumpy or anything when you set your book down. So since I cut that tail off, I need to get another piece of ribbon or twine. I'm going to just tie it in a knot. And this is going to give something for our tag to hold on to. So this tag is from Hobby Lobby. I recycled it from another DIY from last year. I'm going to grab some Dollar Tree leaves, stick those on under there. And you guys, this turned out so stinking cute. Do you see this? And how easy it was? I love this book stack. It's kind of weird, but I'm going to say this is one of my favorite book stacks that I've made because it was so simple. I love all of the fabric together. It just adds like a warmth to them. And I hope you guys like that too. All right, you guys, thank you for spending your time with me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to comment, share it on those Dollar Tree Facebook groups, give your girl some love, and I'll be back. What do you guys think? Huh? I feel like my little image could be a little bigger, but fall vibes. Digging it. And digging the cheetah with this color. Yeah. I'm definitely a pumpkin spice lover for sure. Comment down below if you're pumpkin spice lover. Okay.
My hair is so greasy because I haven't like probably showered in a week. Okay, maybe like 6 days. Just kidding. I mean, but am I? Okay. All right, now we gotta do the next video. Bye.